The YouTube I grew up with and the creators that have inspired me are gone. The title of the video is a statement you might have heard elsewhere. While there is an abundance of social media out there nowadays, be it TikTok, Instagram or YouTube, I feel like social media has become less social. How did we get here? And is the YouTube you remember truly gone? Time to dive down into the past, the present and the future. Now YouTube has been around for a long time and looks totally different from what it used to be. YouTube has been around since 25, and not really referring to that era of YouTube. I'm referring to the early and mid and heck even the late 2010s. Basically the majority of content before the COVID-19 pandemic. But we'll get back to that later. You see, I grew up mainly watching Dutch content creators, and while I did watch some English ones, Kid Me primarily stuck to the Dutch ones. Minecraft on Dutch YouTube was a treat, truly sensational, and I consider it a big privilege that I got the chance to grow up with it. In the early 2010s, Minecraft on Dutch YouTube was about a shadow from what it is today. It's very hard to find content from 2011, as it's basically the first time Minecraft could be broadcasted properly onto Dutch YouTube. Eventually, after scratching myself on the head a couple of times, I came across this video uploaded on the 7th of April 2011 by Dutch Minecraft YouTuber Mindcrack, known by others as Sam. Almost 15 years old at this point, yet the most recent comment was only from 2 months ago. Now, for a bit of context, this was not just some random chap. Mindcrack or Sam would grow out to be one of the most knowledgeable people of Minecraft in the Dutch community, and to put this into retrospect, one can imagine Mindcrack as the Dutch version of X's adventures in Minecraft. Although that might give him a bit too much credit, but you get the idea. From 2012, more people started getting involved. Channels like Vlekkeloos and In-Game Kanaal began uploading Minecraft videos as early as April and October of 2012. Just a month later, on the 1st of November, Minecraft on Dutch YouTube would be changed forever by a single video simply titled The Kingdom #1. Uploaded on the Dutch David Games channel, now rebranded into David en GV, the Minecraft Kingdom is without a doubt the most important and significant series ever on Dutch Minecraft YouTube. Dutch David Games was one of the biggest gaming channels for its time, housing a large group of active members and one of the first true Dutch Minecraft communities. It was a broad channel focusing on many games that had been around for over a year at this point. Not only that, it was through this series that many other future content creators got their first opportunity to shine in the spotlight. And while many stayed relatively small, some of the biggest content creators on Dutch YouTube today owe their success to their humble beginnings over at the Kingdom server. Now, Kingdom laid down the foundation of what would become of the Dutch Minecraft community on YouTube. In early 2013, smaller communities were formed around the different kingdoms taking part in the main series. Each kingdom had their own leader, and that leader usually would have their own channel to which he would also upload content. Notable examples include the Kingdom Tales, founded by Mindcraft, Kingdom Tixia, founded by Colin, and Kingdom Malino, founded by Enzo Knol, amongst many others. These grew to respectable channels and, especially for that time, had great and humble communities. However, while looking all nice and fancy to us viewers, behind the scenes, the Kingdom server was quite a mess and many members did not get along very well. Now that is partially to be expected, given that the Kingdom series might as well be the biggest Minecraft project ever on Dutch YouTube. As we moved through 2013 and into 2014, things began to take shape a bit. The individual YouTube channels grew slow but steadily, but cooperative content was still of paramount importance. This is what gave the early Dutch YouTube an incredible cozy and local feeling. YouTube was very niche, and so seeing creators you watch and like appear in other people's videos was a blast. It was on this success that channels like DagelijksHaaDee, now rebranded into Enzo Knol, and the Minecraft Survival by Enzo Knol were able to grow to such heights that they are known for nowadays. DagelijksHaaDee was one of the largest gaming channels on Dutch YouTube, sort of comparable to a Mindcrack or Hermitcraft, I suppose, but on Dutch YouTube. Many notable figures that are still around today really blew up here, such as Linktiger, Jeremy Vriezer, which was back then known as Altijd Compilaties, and the Frisian Harm, previously known by Het Games, amongst many others. The Survival series by Enzo Knol is another massive name in the Dutch Minecraft community, and it's for sure one of the Minecraft SMPs of all time. These series would grow substantially throughout the mid-2010s. In addition, the channels of the individual creators grew as well. It is this period for me specifically which is the most nostalgic and where I really got hooked on watching YouTube. The atmosphere, the content itself, it felt homely and comforting. Sure, nothing too groundbreaking, but it felt real and honest. Something that was a part of us, the creator and their fans. This beautiful, cozy environment, however, would not last. 2017 marks the end of the third season of the Minecraft survival by Enzo Knol. And while he did continue to make Minecraft minigame videos, it is here that we find the end of the era of Minecraft dominated content on YouTube. Now I mainly watch Minecraft content to begin with, so that claim might not be as factual as it seems. But prior to this, no games were as big and out there as Minecraft. Some Nintendo games and other stuff like Gmod, FIFA and some OG shooter games, sure, but none came as close to the size of Minecraft. Games like Ark Survival blew up massively around 2017 and 2018, with the main versions being Scorched Earth, Ragnarok and even Aberration. Next up came Fortnite, which is the only game which can somewhat rival Minecraft in terms of popularity. Fortnite was huge around 2019 and 2020, and early Chapter 1 is an era of the game in which I myself played no small part of. Now the Dutch YouTube community at the time was a bit of a mess. Enzo Knol focused on full-time vlogging at this point and neglected gaming content to his new second channel. Thus David Games had lost a lot of prestige and the Kingdom series had pretty much completed its main run. DagelijksHaaDee had been rebranded and its members were still around, although their gaming content was on the decline. Yet all of that would change in 2020. The pandemic rushed around and all of a sudden everyone was stuck indoors. This time was great for content creators though. For many it was a unique opportunity to experiment with all sorts of new things and allowed them to do new stuff which would otherwise not have been possible. While it would mark the official end of DagelijksHaaDee, the members continued on making their own videos and series together. Most videos were either Fortnite or commentary videos like reaction videos or meme reviews. Even vlogging became somewhat popular due to the massive success of Enzo Knol. This was cool though, as we got to see a new side of the YouTubers we had not seen yet. This era is where everyone sort of went to do their own thing and develop their own channels and identity. Sure, the creators still had plenty of contact with each other and collabed frequently. But with the development of their own, the development of the community fell behind. When the world opened up again after the pandemic, it was almost like we entered a new room and the door behind us got shut for good. To make a rather large jump through time, to speed through some stuff, we now arrive at the era where the Mr. Beast style videos and fast-paced shorts are the new way. At least Minecraft got back into Dutch YouTube though, so I suppose that ain't all too bad. Anywho, this type of content is much more professional, higher quality, almost business-like. In my opinion though, that makes it less relatable and sometimes even dishonest or performative. Content like this gave a more corporate feel to YouTube and pushed aside a more tightly bound and casual community and vibes. This wasn't all too bad though, as YouTube had become something to be respected by the outside world and has lost its child and joke-like image amongst society. One way this reflects is through creators, who prioritize likes and views over creating. This is acceptable to a degree, as for many of them this funny hobby has turned into their full-time job, and having a warm meal for dinner is pleasant, yo. However, it got to a point where we do not value the community anymore. This, however, cannot be blamed solely on the creators, as many stayed largely the same at their core, even throughout the decade. The biggest factor of change are the consumers, or I suppose, the community itself, us, the viewers. For one, it is obvious that the kids who watch YouTube then aren't those kids anymore and have grown up and moved on. Of course, some stay around, but a new generation comes up and takes their place. Now Gen Z and Gen Alpha differ significantly, with Gen Alpha pretty much growing up online. Especially one social media platform in particular, TikTok. TikTok revolutionized social media at the time, as it relied on short funny clips rather than full-length, higher quality videos. And as such, it was very easy and addictive for many to get into. The mentality of watching a lot of stuff quickly whilst not thinking too much of it was brought over from shorts form to video form. And this is disastrous when it comes to having a nice and humble YouTube community. I find myself scrolling through Instagram Reels from time to time and it gives a clear representation of what has happened. watch video after videos, sometimes laughing, sometimes not thinking any of it, and move on. There's no engagement, only statistics such as likes and views that end up mattering. Even when you do decide to check out the comment section, a large majority of it is straight up slop or negativity, which is not very inspiring either. The old Gen Z communities had something very unique that made them feel connected and seen by one another, even though in some cases that was not the case. Now it might seem like there's nothing we can do. Times change, and if you do not adapt, you'll be left behind. Change is not a bad thing, but you have to respect the things that made you big in the first place. And there have been some efforts to bring the past back to the present. The most notable one is the Dutch Creator SMP, organized and hosted by two veterans, Jeremy Vriezer and Duncan. It features many of the creators we grew up with and tons of others. It is in my opinion the best way to celebrate Minecraft on Dutch YouTube, and it is really cool. The Creator SMP differs from something like Hermitcraft, as it's mainly streamed on Twitch channels, and it is a hardcore survival series where the last man standing eventually wins. In a way, there is not really something like a Dutch equivalent of Hermitcraft on Dutch YouTube anymore. Maybe there never was. The retro callback videos appeared as early as 2020 though, with the DagelijksHaaDee group returning to the concept of the Minecraft build-off, a series which rose to great popularity in the mid-2010s. But all in all, the feeling of the Dutch YouTube community is gone, and definitely not what it used to be. With the change of trending video games, many social media platforms such as TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, X, and even Discord and Twitch, communication and socializing online change. The absence of the YouTube community clearly reflects in the empty and sometimes desolate comment sections, which are empty or full with nonsense. Now, these people that made up the old YouTube communities are either gone and have moved on, or moved on to other platforms. But I believe a large majority of the people watching choose to stay silent. They choose to not express their thoughts and feelings about something because they know it won't matter, the people won't care. In my opinion, this is a sad sight to see, and it's something that is not easy to change, as it has to come from both ways. The creator has to open up more, and has to be willing to accept parasocial relations and learning how to deal with them in a proper manner. On the other hand, the viewers need to feel the will to engage again in a kind and constructive manner in order to create an inviting and welcoming community for all to enjoy. It is something that I try to recreate with my channel, with my content being heavily inspired by those that came before me. But in today's meta, content like this simply does not thrive, and I have come to accept that. It was never my goal to be big in the first place. But if we want more honest content, we have to stop punishing people for being real, and move on from the whole scripted and performative, short and fast slop that takes up a large portion of YouTube, and support smaller creators that desperately need it, or large creators that have built up enough credit and truly deserve it. Thank you so much for watching. This video was kind of a mess, as it goes a bit against the message I'm trying to send, but I hope the mix between nostalgia and reality was something nice and maybe a bit different. A quick shout out to Jeremy Vriezer for uploading a video which heavily inspired me to make this one, and of course to all of those that came before me. Basically, I'm trying to tell you all to be a bit more mindful of what you're watching and enjoy the stuff you're actually watching. Make sure to leave your own thoughts down below in the comments, and feel free to subscribe, like and share this video while you're at it. And hopefully I'll be seeing you all in the next one.